Normally in English, the verb comes after the subject. For example, Toby teaches, Bruce drinks, Monica talks, and talks, and talks. However, this is not always the case. Sometimes the verb can come before the subject, and this is called inversion. Ooh, sound difficult? Well, no, it's not, if you know what to do. My name is Toby, this is Smash English, and here is how to use inversion to pass the B2 First Cambridge exam. You already use inversion all the time. Actually, you probably use inversion every time you speak English. Let's look at these sentences again. Toby teaches, Bruce drinks, Monica talks. They are in the present simple. What are the interrogative forms? Does Toby teach? Does Bruce drink? Does Monica talk? Now look, here we have the auxiliary verb before the subject. And that's inversion. Very easy, but it gets more complicated. Let's look at some other uses of inversion in English. We use so, neither and nor as additions at the end of statements. They express agreement, but they require an inversion. For example, my cat eats insects, and I do too. Instead of saying to here, we can use so do I. My cat eats insects and so do I. This is in the present simple, so we use so plus the auxiliary verb do with I. Wow, Monica, you're so beautiful. I really love you. Don't compliment her. What are you doing? Oh my god, so do I. I really love myself, actually, because if you can't love yourself, then I don't think you can love anyone else. Neither and nor are the same, but they are for negative agreement, for something that you don't do, something you didn't do, something that you hadn't done. You get the idea. I have never liked skiing, nor have I. I have never been bungee jumping, nor have I. I hadn't done my homework, nor had I. Ooh, how exciting. Monica, I don't like Bruce. And nor do I. Oh my god, isn't that great? You what? What are you trying to say? Huh? I was just joking. Bruce, I really like you. Don't hurt me. I wasn't joking. Neither is exactly the same as nor. Just use it instead of nor. Here are some more examples for you. Oh, hello. So when could you use this inversion structure in the exam? Well, in the speaking exam, for starters. When you have something in common with your partner, say, so do I, so am I, so have I. If you agree that you don't do something, say, nor do I, or neither do I. Neither am I, neither have I. It's very easy to do, so there's no excuses for not doing it. Another part of the exam where this could possibly come up is part 2 of the use of English section, the open-close part. An example question could be, I had a great time and so, Tom. Here the answer would be did. Or I didn't like the meal and did Jerry. Well, here the answer would be neither or nor. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more difficult, so listen closely. Cambridge exam, I don't even know why. Yeah. We can also use inversion with negative adverbials. The simplest of these are the negative adverbials of frequency. Rarely, hardly ever, barely ever, seldom, never. Bruce, give me a sentence with the word rarely, please. I rarely sober. Okay then, so the first thing we do is put rarely, the negative adverbial, at the beginning of the sentence. Now we need to add the interrogative form. The statement is I am sober, the interrogative form, am I sober? This gives us the inversion Rarely am I sober. Honestly, it's easy, but the examiners love it, so do it. Yes.
Can I give an example? I have never seen a girl as beautiful as Monica before.
The negative adverbial here is never, so that must go at the beginning of our sentence. Next, we need to add an interrogative form. The statement, I have never seen a girl as beautiful as Monica before, is the present perfect. This means we need the auxiliary verb, have, plus the subject. So then, never have I seen a girl as beautiful as Monica before. Yeah. Or you could say, never before have I seen a girl as beautiful as Monica. Both of these are fine. Here are some more examples. I'll just stand here whilst you look at them. Sorry, I'm being annoying. Oh, you're back again. So where could you use these negative adverbials of frequency with inversion in the exam? Well, how about the speaking? But make sure your intonation is correct. We use this structure to emphasize something, so be emphatic when you are giving your answers. Do you play sport? Rarely do I play sport. I love playing sport, but I don't have the time. Do you often go to restaurants? Ooh, seldom do I go to restaurants these days. I just don't have the money. This structure could also appear in part 2 of the Use of English exam, the open-close section. An example question could be, rarely, people these days visit libraries. The answer here is do, of course. You could also find this in part 4, the word transformation part of the Use of English paper. Ooh, the worst part. An example could be, people are never interested in what I have to say. Here, the answer would be, never are people interested in what I have to say. You can use this inversion structure in any part of the writing exam. Maybe not in an informal email to a friend, but other than that, use this as much as you want. In fact, I would suggest never use negative adverbials without an inversion. Sorry, never should you use negative adverbials without an inversion. It's such an easy way to score points for complex grammar. And this is my favorite inversion structure. If you have a favorite inversion structure, it probably means you have no friends. But seriously, this is very useful in real life, but also in the exam. Not only, but also. Wow. You, what is your name?
Oh, I'm Duke. Pleased to meet you.
Okay, Duke, and why do you think Monica is so beautiful?
Yeah, please tell us.
Shut up and let him talk.
Because she has eyes like the stars and a face like...
A dog.
No, an angel.
An angel? Oh God, I guess, yeah. Not only is our negative adverbial, so this must go at the beginning of the sentence, then we must add the interrogative form. So Duke's sentence was in the present simple. Monica has eyes like the stars. Not only does Monica have eyes like the stars, but also a face like a dog.
No, an angel.
All right, fine. A face like an angel. Yeah. Let's think of another example. Bruce, what did you do last weekend?
I drank and I killed a bird. Yeah.
You what?
I killed a bird. Yeah, it was like singing, it was flying around and all that. No, mate, I don't like birds. Ugh.
Okay, sure, yeah, I understand. So we start by putting our negative adverbial at the beginning. Not only. Bruce's sentence was in the past simple, so we need the past simple interrogative form of I drank. Not only did I drink, but I also killed a bird. Yeah, here are some more examples. Have a look. I'll just wait here again for you to read them. Finished? Okay, I promise this will be the last time. You can use this structure in the speaking. Actually, definitely use it in the speaking, because English people use this structure all the time, so it will sound natural. For example, do you enjoy playing sports? Yes, I do. I love skiing because not only is it fun, but also a good way to stay in shape. Just one example, I'm sure you can think of more. You could also come across this in part 2 of the use of English, the open-close. An example could be, not only Jack listened to music, but he also writes his own songs. So here the answer would be does. Also expect this to come up in part 4, predictable, the word transformations. This doesn't come up that often, but it can do, so be on the lookout. An example could be, the restaurant had great prices and delicious food. So here, the answer would be, not only did the restaurant have great prices, but also the food was delicious. And for the writing, yeah, use this all the time. Even if it's an informal letter to a friend, that's fine. We use inversion with not only in English every day. I do. I wake up and the first thing I say is, not only did I have a great night's sleep, but also beautiful dreams. Go. This is as difficult as it gets. And to be honest, you will not be tested on this in the B2 First exam. But if you can do it, then the examiners will be so excited that they eat their own faces. So do try. We use this to talk about 2 events in the past. One event that immediately follows another. For example, I went outside and immediately it started to rain. Scarcely had I gone outside when it started to rain. Barely had I gone outside when it started to rain. Hardly had I gone outside when it started to rain. You get the idea. Remember, the first clause must be in the past perfect because we are emphasizing that this action happened first. Another example. I watched the video and immediately subscribed. Scarcely had I watched the video when I subscribed. Hardly had I watched the video when I subscribed. Barely had I watched the video when I subscribed. You get the idea now. Click that subscribe button. Yeah? Thanks. Okay, this is going to be the last time, I promise. You will not be tested on this in the use of English paper. No way. This is far too complicated. You could try and use it in the speaking, but this is quite formal, it's quite literary, it's not really suitable for a casual conversation. Now the writing, you could use it in the writing. Next time you want to use a past perfect, maybe think, could I use this structure here? For example, the children started copying after the teacher had left the classroom. Scarcely had the teacher left the classroom when the children started copying. Right? So if you're using narrative tenses, you could try and use this. Give it a go. Even if you get it wrong, the examiner will see you tried and will go, wow, this guy really knows his stuff. So yeah, give it a go. Okay, goodbye from me. Bye-bye now.
Can I give another example?
Yeah?
Scarcely had I seen Monica when I realised she was beautiful.
Okay, thank you. Very good. So now you know how to use inversion for the B2 First exam. Yeah! To recap, we know how to use inversion with so, nor, neither. We know how to use inversion with negative adverbials or frequency, like seldom, rarely, barely, hardly, never. We know how to use inversion with not only, but also, and as a special bonus, we know how to use inversion with hardly, scarcely, barely, ... when. Which brings me to the end of the video. So thanks a lot for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that like button, smash subscribe, leave a comment down below. My name is Toby and this was Smash English.